I'm like the dork with the book title in my name.
Oh no, that's good though. Leave it on because a lot of people prefer it.
You add yours.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Why did I speak? Wait, where do I do that?
Like in the little box on the left, there's the 3 dots.
The box on the left. On my little. Yes. Good.
Yep. Hello, everyone. We are live, and we are celebrating the 1-year anniversary of the panel that I hosted with not only Amparo Ortiz and Chantel Acevedo, but also Anna Marie McLemore, Daniel Jose Older, and Zoraida Cordova for the Social Distance Book Fest. I was like, what? And it was called Navigating Latinx Identity in Fantasy, and I was nervous as hell. I will confess right now. Like, it was a very hectic day because I had class. I had my master's class from 8 in the morning to 2 p.m., I think. And then the live show started at 4 my time. And I misscheduled the studio time for 5 p.m. my time. And I was like, oh my God, I think I'm going to die. But I didn't. It was fine. And then we had to go eat and it was a whole thing. So I pretty much like blocked out the stress until I jumped on, and Anna Marie McLemore was the first author to jump on. And I was like, oh my God. I was like literally holding like the back of the chair because I was about to die. And then everybody else jumped in, and everyone was so cool, which is why I decided to celebrate. Unfortunately, Daniel Jose Older, Zoraida Cordova, and Anna Marie McLemore couldn't join us today. But it's okay. I decided to pay homage to everyone's cover because if you can see, I have glitter on my eyelids, and it's in honor of Daniel Jose Older's Flood City, which came out on February 2nd. Anna Marie McLemore's The Mirror Season, which came out on March 16th. Incendiary came out in 2020. And the sequel, Illusionary, will come out on May 11th. Then The Mystery of the 10th by Chantel Acevedo comes out on July 6th. And Dragon Blood Ring by Amparo Ortiz comes out on October 12th. So there you go. This is the glitter. And I'm excited. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And yeah, let's open up by reintroducing the authors. Amparo, tell us about
Hello. Hello, everyone. As Paola said, my name is Amparo. I'm the author of Blaze Wrath Games, which came out last year during the Panini. And I have another book coming out this year during still the Panini. By the way, every time someone changes the name of what is supposed to be the pandemic, I just lose all of my chill and just start laughing. But yes, in terms of hello, everyone. In terms of what I'm doing here, I'm celebrating the fact that this was also last year was my first book event as an author. Like,
that's right.
Literally. It was just my first time seeing anyone virtually as part of a panel where I'm presented as an author, and to like log on and see you and Anna Marie. And then I think it was Zoraida and then Daniel and then Chantel. I lost it. I was like, what am I even doing here? This is so bizarre. But yes, I have a book coming out next year as well, which is a middle grade comic book, fantasy. But I also have a project with Chantel Acevedo. Chantel, would you like to introduce yourself?
That's an expert transition. I never would have guessed your first event because you're a total pro, like right from the jump.
Oh no, I was sweating. I was like, what is life? Who am I? What is my name?
So I'm Chantel, and just so delighted to be here again with you, Paola, and with you, Amparo. I thought that was one of my favorite events of last year, and I did a whole bunch of virtual events, and that was definitely like a top 2 or 3 events. And I think a lot of that's owed to Paola's, just amazing leadership on that panel and fantastic questions, and it was so great.
Absolutely. Hard agree.
Oh, stop, because I was the most nervous Anyway.
It was
we couldn't tell. Yeah.
It was amazing. I think it may have been one of my first events in sort of kidlit, as a kidlit writer.
Right, because you betrayed the adult side and you came to
Yeah.
our kidlit side. You saw the lights.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it might have been. It probably was my first, because it was early. It was early in the year, so definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wrote Muse Squad. It's a middle grade novel. It's a duology, and part 2 will be out this July, and that's called The Mystery of the 10th. And yeah, it's been very, very fun, and more projects to come that I can't announce yet. But also, I'm working on this amazing anthology edited by Amparo, and I'm so excited and jealous that she gets to read all the stories before everyone else.
Oh, I think I didn't realize Shamile Syed Mendez is my co-editor on this. And she was the one who told me I couldn't hold it back. I had to text Chantel. I had to tell her that we read the story, because what we do is we text each other as we read the stories, because we want to like react to it in real time. But sometimes my real time is a little bit earlier or later in the day. And so it's real time just for us personally. And then the other, or I think Chantel's we read like at the same time. And we were like, oh my God. And she was like, I'm sorry, I have to go and tell her.
It was sweet. She sent me a message. It was really sweet.
Yes.
Oh.
I can't wait to share it with all of you.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So little story. I shared a little bit during a live show that I privated because it was a mess. After the Latinx Book Fest, I talked a little about how these came along, like the gig. Is it a gig if it's unpaid? I don't know. It's fine. I loved it. Basically, I was in a group chat, and Natalia, who was part of like the staff of Social Distance Book Fest, came on the group chat and was like, is anybody interested? And I was like, oh, I'm interested. And she had 2 panels, this one and it was about strong female leads in fiction. I don't remember if it had like a specific genre, but she was like, I have these 2, you can pick either one. And I was like, I'm fine with either also. And she was like, okay, I'll give you this one because I think you have like more expertise or something like that. And I was like, okay,
what are
like,
you talking about?
I don't even know. Like I've never felt like an expert on anything. So it was very sweet of Natalia to be like, I think you can do this. And I was like, okay. And we were like brainstorming authors, and I was just saying names. I never expected anyone to even say yes. And I was never even expecting the panel to be as successful as it was. Like the amount of comments that we had live and the amount of interaction, it was so great. And it literally changed my life. And if I keep talking about it, I will cry. So let's move on. I prepared some questions. So, okay, let's get to them. So it's been a whole year since we did this together. So how are you feeling, and how were your book releases last year?
Were your expectations met though, Chantel, in terms of your book release? I think that's like the main thing here. Yeah.
I just had to know what to expect, really.
Yeah.
Not only the what would you call the pandemic?
The panini.
The panini. I had a student who calls quarantine the quar, and it sits so weird. It sounds like something Star Trek-y, but
like a weapon, yeah.
Yes, the quar. But it not only was it that, but it was a new genre for me. So I had like no expectations. I just didn't know what it was going to be like at all. I mean, it was a lot of fun. I still don't know if certain like benchmarks were met, because I don't have like I can't calibrate like what that even means at all, you know.
But you were super busy. Like you had a lot of events. I know there were mostly, or all of them. Did you have any sort of like? Did you go sign books, for example?
I mean, I went to Books and Books, which is my local bookstore here in Miami, and they've always been very supportive of local authors. So they had Booksmiths, and I just showed up, and they're like, yeah, please sign all of them. You know?
Perfect.
Like my daughter took pictures. I think I posted some yesterday for independent book sellers.
Yay! Yes.
That's it. Like that has been my in-person thing. I went to the Books a Million in the mall and I was like, can I sign these? And they were like, who are you? And I'm like, I'm the person in the back of the book. And they weren't sure. So they were like,
Oh, wow.
and then I had to show my ID. And then they were like, oh, it's cool. You should sign them. I'm like, okay.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was a whole process.
Yeah, it wasn't like the way other books have been in the past, right? Where you have an event and people come through and it's a party. And obviously that wasn't going to happen,
Yeah.
So, to make the best of it. But yeah, there's a lot of virtual events and a lot of school visits.
Yes.
Virtual school visits.
I think that's the main difference between us, because since you have the age group for your books are mostly middle grade readers, I believe middle grade authors have more in terms of school visits to like on their plate. And I wish I also had a lot of school visits on my plate, because you're talking to readers directly. And it helps that it's virtual because they feel a little bit more at ease. That stress kind of dissipates. Maybe for the author, it is stressful still, but for the student or for the reader, it just becomes a little bit more interesting because they're like engaging with technology. They're not just sitting in a classroom or in an auditorium or some such place that they don't necessarily love. So it's just, yeah, my thing was that in terms of my expectations, I literally expected nothing in terms of anything. But I will say, I do feel still a little bit bad because I wanted to go to BEA and I had my ticket and I couldn't go. Thank you, Panini. But I think that was like the major disappointment. Of course, not having like an in-person event. But like you, Chantel, I also went to my local indie. I signed some copies. I have yet to be asked for ID, but I want that. I think that's a personal benchmark moment. I'm like, yes, the day that I get asked for my ID is the day that I become an author. Not when I see my book on shelves. No. It's when someone questions my existence. That is when I will know.
Yeah. I love the thinking behind it. Like, who is this stranger who just wants to read books?
Right. Because for them, it's like just someone that wants to write. What if you're like someone who impersonates others? Like, I'm like, that's where your brain goes? Okay.
They should check. It's very
They should check. I mean, I think it would be funny if I opened my book and someone else had forged my signature.
I would buy it.
I would too. I would frame it. Like that title page, I would rip it out and frame it and be like, look at what others are. Someone wants to be me. That's amazing.
What if people start doing this? We shouldn't say this out loud.
We should not. And don't believe us.
No.
But can you imagine? That would be so funny. Oh,
hi,
Joce. Oh, a cafecito sounds really good right now.
Workers are like, I'm just here to sell books. Yes. I don't perceive who writes them. Yeah, correct. I mean, can you imagine like just some person, I wrote the book. Did you?
Did you?
It's all very decorative, like there's no one.
Yes, Adriana would be so happy.
It's like, wow. What were you expecting from the panel and how did you feel about it? Be honest.
I was expecting brilliance from my fellow co-panelists and absolute silence on my part. I'm like, I have nothing to provide. Thank you for having me here. I do not belong here. Goodbye.
That is not what happened, though.
That is not what happened, but that is what I expected.
You were brilliant. And the only person I knew I had ever met was Daniel Jose Older. Was the only person I knew panel. A couple of years ago, like at a bonus. But no, I hadn't met anyone else, but I knew of everyone else. So I think I was equally like, oh, let's go check it. Like,
it's like, am I allowed? And I had met Zoraida in person a few years before. I think it was in 2018. I think it was 2017. But it was like, I literally talked to her and said, hi, my name is whoever. Amparo, this is serious author. Don't know what that means. Sorry, I don't speak English. That's too complex for me to understand. But yeah, no, I'm just like, hi, my name is Amparo and I love your books, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, oh, thank you, blah, blah. And that was it. And then she was like, I remember you. And I'm like, what? So it was nice.
That's always, you always remember.
That is amazing. Oh my God.
I think it's my high-pitched laugh that people can't forget.
I mean,
They're like, oh, there she is.
I will say though that I noticed that Amparo was a little nervous, but then in the Latinx Book Fest, it was like a whole different person. I was like,
Yes.
oh, this is so great. I
That was
love
really
it.
me.
I
That
was
was
I was
me.
I was a fan. I mean I'm still a fan, but I was just
I stopped
so
standing a long time ago.
No, I would
Let's do
never.
that one too. That was really fun also.
Yeah,
Oh.
and I think it was because we were already comfortable with each other. Like I knew everyone a little
Mhm.
bit better. I think the only person that I met during that event was Carlos, but I was very comfortable with Chantel already because we knew each other from this previous panel, and also I by that point we were already working together. So it was just like,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
this
that's
is fun. This
cool.
is a party. Yeah. But for that
It
first
was
one,
a
I was
party.
like, oh my God, I'm so tense.
Same. So both of you have books coming out later this year, as I've already mentioned. Muse Squad: The Mystery of the 10th comes out on July 6th. I don't know prepositions in English. I'm sorry. And
What is the point of a
Amparo's book,
preposition? No one knows.
and Amparo's book, which is also a sequel, comes out on whatever October 12th, and it's called Dragon Blood Ring.
Yay!
Tell us what's changed between now and then.
Interesting. Like in terms of the books themselves?
No, I mean in terms of like are you expecting the book release to go?
Hmm.
Because it's still quite a while before your books come out. So
I love Chantel's face. She was like,
I still feel that we're in the Panini. We're still
yes.
far, and so like I have nothing planned that's live or in person. Like that will be the same. You know, I think in many regards it'll be the same. So
I agree.
I'm just I don't know. I don't know. I just don't have a good answer actually. You know, it'll probably just be more virtual events and celebrating the book like we did last time. Last time I launched the Cassandra Curse with Alex Segura through Books and Books, and we did that online. That was a lot of fun. And we got to also talk about Star Wars and his Poe Dameron book, and you know, so yeah, hopefully I'll get to team up with someone really cool and celebrate the book that way. And,
I agree. I mean, I feel like, I don't know about you, Chantel, but I personally do enjoy virtual events. I don't know if I would be a disaster if I were in person. I mean, I'm a professor. I'm used to being in front of people, but I talk about theory and grammar. I'm not like talking about myself or my work. I've never done that specifically before. So maybe if it were in person, I would be a little bit more nervous. But now I feel really chill. Even if it's all virtual, I'm going to be pretty okay with it. And if it's not virtual, because it is in October, maybe there are some safety guidelines that we can follow and have in person events by then. But even if we don't, I'm just going to be okay with it. I'm going to roll with the punches, essentially. But yeah, in terms of what's changed, mentally, I feel a little bit more prepared to launch a
mm-hmm.
book because I feel like I don't know everything about everything here in this industry, but I feel a bit more comfortable. I know who I am a little bit more, and I know what I like to do and what I shouldn't do again, and what I feel comfortable repeating, but in a different way. So I think that's what's changed.
That's good to know. Yeah, because like I don't even know how I would be able to handle it because both of you were expecting in-person things last year, and you would have thought that this year would have been different, but not really. I mean, maybe in
Yep.
October, but at least there's that. Like there's the already there knowledge that it might be virtual.
Yeah.
So what can we look forward to in your books that Blaze Red Games and Muse Squad #1 didn't have?
It was a change of setting in mine. So Muse Squad 1 is set in Miami, and the girls they like it's kind of a portal story, right? Because they are transported to London for their meetings, but there has been a mold issue at the V&A in London. So they are moving to the Hall of Science. It's conveniently a mold problem. And they're moving to the Hall of Science in Queens. So, and Callie's father lives in Queens also. So she's going to spend the summer in New York City. And so everything happens in New York City. So that was really fun to explore, and more sort of more mythical creatures show up in this one. So the world opens up more than it had in the first book. So I'm very excited about it.
That is exactly my answer, in the sense that, yes, more world building elements are presented. In the first book, we do learn more about the dragon side of this magical world. But in Dragon Blood Ring, we learn more about the wizarding side, or the magic user side. And so, like in Blaze Wrath games, there are epigraphs at the start of each chapter. And those are mostly either related to the history of the sport, or something regarding the dragons from Puerto Rico, or dragons in general. But in the sequel, those epigraphs are mostly geared towards a new magical mystery and the lore and the history behind magic users in our world and such. I would say there are a few new dragons, some species that we have not met, and a couple of species that we have heard of in the first book, but we see actual dragons from those species in this second book. Mm-hmm. Not in a fun setting, because they're fleeting, but yeah, it's definitely something that it's kind of like a callback, or not a callback. Is that what we call it in English? Like, yeah, they were in this first book, but now they're in the second book again. But like, really, we see them. We actually see them, you guys. Yeah.
That's amazing. I'm so excited for both of your books. Both of your books introduce like really amazing worlds, all that I would love to be a part of and would love to visit. So I'm very excited about the expansion of the universe. Do you have any advice for writers debuting in 2021?
No, I don't personally. I'm kidding. I don't know, Chantel, what would you say to someone whose debut is coming out still in a panini?
Still in the panini, still in the quar. I think I'm gonna like.
I love it.
That to death, by the way. But
yes.
But no, I mean, I think just general advice that applies to this moment that we're living in, but also I think to writers in general, especially when you're first starting out. That book feels like this is it. Like, if this book doesn't do XYZ, it's over, I'm done, right? Like, everything that I am, my entire identity as a writer falls apart, and it's just not true, right? Like, it's just like the first step. It's just your first book, and not just because that's huge, right? It's such an important moment, so such an important milestone in the life of a writer, but it'll be the first of many, And so I think sometimes we put this pressure on ourselves, right? To just, I'm going to give it my all, and I'm going to spend $1 million on swag, and I'm going to like all this stuff, and that the book is going to do what it's going to do, and your imagination is expansive, and the next story will present itself, and you will write it, and that book will do what it's going to do. And onward, like, and some of us will be sort of the next, amazing, Lee Bardugo, and everyone will be getting fancy swag boxes of the Grishaverse, and
Can you imagine that for Muse Squad? I was gonna say Musa Squad because I was like combining Las Musas with your story, but imagine that for like swag. What would your swag pack include?
And what would yours include? Yours would include these earrings, so they would be like dragons.
Those earrings, by the way, everyone, those earrings are my new gold in life. Like, they're so beautiful. But yeah, I feel like everything you say is correct in the sense that, and not just ourselves, we don't pressure ourselves. The industry makes us think, oh, this is it. If your first book doesn't do well, it's kind of like the barometer for everything else you put out. If you're writing middle grade fantasy or young adult fantasy, and then you hit them with a horror, which is what I'm going to do essentially next year, it's kind of weird in the sense that, where is your brand? Like, what are you doing? Why are you straying from what we know? Right. But at the same time, you have to be genuine and authentic to yourself. And if you feel like your career is veering off course, then you have complete control anyway, because it's what you want for yourself that matters, or should matter the most. So your debut as writers or as debut authors it doesn't define everything that you're going to do in your life, but it is held to a standard. So you should always be confident that whatever it is that others believe about your book, about yourself, what matters is how you feel. So yeah, give us all the horror. Yes, we're trying. Chantel and I, we're trying.
I love that advice. I love it. It really does feel like life or death. Even just like the promotion
So
of
grim, but
books,
yes.
everyone was so like into it. It's like finishing high school or something. Like it feels like authors are on the brink of something, and that's a lot of like, that's really loaded. Like I don't know if I could be able to handle it. So what's something you'd like to do bookish wise once it's safe to do like traditional promo?
Meet Chantel in person.
Yes.
Just have like a panel, but with other authors next to me. And we're like, of course, bookish events in general, cool, great, have signings and such. But for some reason, I feel like one of my personal, as Chantel mentioned, a benchmark would be, or like a goal would be to have that experience of paneling with people in the same room. And we're just all commiserating and talking about our experiences and where we go from here in terms of our specific community and genres that we write in or that would like to write in. So yeah, just have that moment of saying, wow, these are my colleagues, these are my peers, but like to their face.
And panels are great, Amparo, but the best part of panels is when they're over. Because then, if the panel was good and everyone clicked and everyone, you know what I mean? Everyone felt like, wow, this is like, these are like kindred spirits, and you all got to have fun together. Or you go to have fun together, and then that's where you start to really sort of make those, forever connections. Sometimes the panels are terrible.
I haven't had like that. Is this weird or wrong of me that I kind of want that experience too?
Oh, what the hell? That's so strange.
I want to have like the most uncomfortable experience. First of all, because I love calling people out. I just love telling people to their face that they suck. But also just like have that for me as a learning and growth experience. It's like, yes, I survived this. I can survive anything.
Oh, the vast majority of the time, it isn't even like that dramatic. It's just that like someone will like go on too long, and so you start going,
yes. Yes. Or like when you say something and the person is like, actually, and they completely say the opposite of what you were saying, it's kind of like invalidating you.
Yeah.
This is a very important statement. I don't know what that means, but I agree.
All part it means you love like calling out people, and like,
okay.
That's a good quality to have.
Oh, of course,
so,
yes.
I, for one, like authors never come to Mexico, so it would have to be me going to the States or to Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
But I would love that. Like, I would love to be able to save enough money to go to a real life in-person bookish event. But yeah, like hopefully soon. Right now, I'm saving for like a place on my own. But
that's a great thing to save for.
But we'll see what the future holds. So now we are going to have some amazing readers, amazing content creators. First of all,
it's time for the heretics. The heretics are coming in. Okay.
So first of all, we have Adriana. Hi, hello.
Hello.
And we have Adri.
Oh no! Why?
Hello.
I'm leaving.
Please.
Please leave.
Feel free.
And Joce.
Hi! See, I'm not going to be mean to Jocelyn because we've never met, so.
This is true.
Yes. This is amazing because Joce and Adri, both Adri, were part of the Latinx Book Fest, and I'm very grateful for them. They're great friends, and let's do it. Joce, would you like to introduce yourself? Tell us about your channel and all the things.
All of the things. Sure. My
Oh,
name is
no.
Jocelyn.
There we go.
Is it good? Yeah. My name is Jocelyn. My channel is Yogi with a Book. I read a lot of fantasy primarily, but I'll bounce around between different genres, between different age ranges. I live in New York City, and right now the apartment underneath me is getting their bathroom redone, and so there is drilling happening intermittently. So if you hear that, I'm sorry, I cannot control it. We're gonna roll with it today, but that's what the sound is. Yeah.
Adri, what about you?
Okay, me. Hi, everyone. My name is Adri. I'm a queer, trans, non-binary Mexican-American writer and book reviewer. And my YouTube channel here on YouTube is Perpetual Pages, where I've been reviewing all kinds of books since 2013. I'm not going to say a genre. I read pretty much everything. So that's me.
2013. Like, that's so long ago.
I know.
That's when I graduated college.
Long suffering sigh. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
It's been a long time.
It has been. And we also have Adriana, so introduce yourself.
Hello. I'm Adriana Maria Martinez Figueroa. You might know me as at Boricua Reads. I'm a writer, editor, sensitivity reader, sometimes blogger. Currently working on the next Latinx Reads list that's supposed to come out this week. So
Yeah.
you can imagine my joy.
Hashtag creator.
Yeah. But we're very grateful for your work, Adriana. It's a lot.
True.
It is a lot. I will grant that. It is a lot.
There's no denying it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's me.
Hi, I'm so happy you were all able to make it. Again, I don't know how emotional I'll get, so I was gonna say
Let's make
sorry,
her
but
cry.
also
Everyone
like,
make her
go with
cry.
it. No, but for real, Adri, I do. Adri, I was the first person I ever. I think you were the first like Latinx person that I saw on BookTube, and I was like, wow, their channel is amazing, and I wish I could be like that great with words. And Adri, the other Adri, I saw you on Twitter, and I was like fascinated by your lists and like the amount of passion that you put into your work. And also, Joce, I discovered you on BookTube as well, and I was like, wow, like she reads so much fantasy. I want to have like that range in my brain because fantasy drains me so much. Like it's so hard for me to read. And I really admire all of you, not just you, the readers, but also the authors. So thank you so much for being here. Yes, exactly. The heart.
Thank you for having us.
Yay.
I love you, Paula.
I love you.
No, don't make
Josh.
her cry. Don't make her cry.
It's okay. We're fellow
Paula
cancers.
is amazing.
Yeah, we're
Paula is
no.
incredible.
How many cancers are there on this panel? Important question. Oh no, I need to leave.
What? Too many.
We need to go.
Wait,
Too
what's
many.
your friend?
Not to sound like a Leo, but I'm a Leo.
Yes.
I'm a Leo.
Aren't you a
We
Libra
know.
though,
Yeah.
Adri?
I am a Libra.
Adri is a Libra. I am a Libra moon, but Capricorn sun.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm fancy.
So chaos and emotions. That's the panel.
Yes.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
what more were you expecting?
I mean, truly. Adri, do you have any like questions for us? You asked me about it. Did you or no?
I didn't. Did you, Adri?
Oh, I did.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
not me.
I texted Paula. I was like, should I prepare questions?
Oh no.
Like,
Come
well,
back.
okay. And I didn't write
Mariana.
anything.
We love you.
down. I didn't write down. Yeah, I didn't write anything down.
Of course.
I was doing my makeup.
So you're just gonna wing it.
I was doing my makeup.
Okay.
The priorities. Wow.
And of course, I need to look good, you know.
But I
Debatable.
love the pink
Debatable.
and the yellow and the blue. Like,
Yeah,
this panel is super colorful and great.
it's a vibe.
Exactly. So, have you read Amparo's and Chantel's books? Tell us your thoughts, your expectations for the sequels.
Ooh, this is interesting. Chantel, our first reader feedback.
What? Surprise crit session.
I know, right? What?
So,
Did you realize there's a couple of Cancerians on here?
Yeah, this is a
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
is gonna be a problem.
so I am gonna be charging my sensitivity reads fee for this entire.
We can't
Gotta
afford you. I'm sorry.
invoice them.
But I mean, I've read Amparo's both of her books.
Yes, I have tortured
don't
you
have
with
to- You don't have to brag, but okay.
I mean, I have to brag. I did do the a sensitivity read for the second book, so that's why I read the second book. I don't think Amparo would have let me read it.
You're
if,
so annoying.
Without a reason.
If she
Yeah.
didn't pay me.
I
Yeah.
needed to justify my actions. No.
Yeah. And of course, I loved it.
I paid
And-
them to say that. Literally, I paid them.
And I am so sorry, Chantel. I haven't read your book yet. Yet. That is
Oh.
the
You
yet.
still have time.
I
Sequel
I
comes
do
out in
have
2
it.
months. 3
I do
months. I
have
don't know how
it,
to
but-
count. But yeah.
But like, if you could see the chaos that is my room in terms of like books and like my electronic readers, like it's
Mm,
too much.
it's too
But
much.
I mean,
I will
Yeah.
get to it.
We're all on the same boat. There's so many books.
There's so many.
It is. There are.
Yeah.
And like making the list for like the summer, it's just like I don't know
That was
how
such a
anyone
peculiar
could.
sound. I love it.
Yeah. But I felt it.
Yes. To the
That's-
core.
That's the sound of over 200 books coming out between May and August.
Mm,
yeah, I'd say that's right.
Wow.
yeah.
So yeah,
That's a good
That's a
thing.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's too many.
Unpaid labor. Unpaid labor.
Unpaid labor.
it's unpaid labor.
Yeah.
I'm looking for sponsors. Hello, hashtag sponsor me.
This video is not sponsored,
Oh
But it
god,
could
I
be.
wish it was.
but it could be. My PayPal is.
Please look
Yeah,
forward
plug it,
to
plug it.
the next Latinx Reads. Hashtag this is brought to you by Sprite, even though I don't drink it.
Wait,
Can
why
you
don't
tell
you
us
drink
what-
Sprite?
Cold shot.
I don't drink Sprite or 7-Up because it reminds me. My mom made me drink it when I got nauseous.
Mhm.
And now when I drink it, it reminds me of like, yeah.
You just
So-
get nauseous
That's
drinking
real.
it.
That's real.
Yeah. Pavlovian.
Yes.
One
so,
non-spoilery thing. I don't know. Amparo, what can I say?
Whatever you want, really. I don't care if you spoil. I'm kidding.
Yeah, don't do that.
It starts out in Puerto Rico.
No.
It starts out in Puerto
don't be
Rico.
mean.
Oh yes,
Cutting
that's,
this out.
that's interesting. Yeah, it starts out in Puerto Rico. Yeah,
Yeah, that's.
Oh,
we're in Puerto Rico. Yay!
that's cool.
Well,
What
I'm in
about-
the same boat as Adriana. I've read Blaze Wrath games. I'm not going to give my thoughts for free because you can just go on my channel. I literally made a whole video about Blaze Wrath games. So, like, why would I regurgitate that here when you can go, click on that and learn everything you need to know?
Adri, I don't know. Maybe you should give us 5 reasons. Like,
I know. I think I like maybe 5. I don't know. It's a solid number. So.
Chantel, don't watch their videos. They're terrible.
It's horrible. And I made a little alternate thumbnail just for Amparo too.
Yes, it was really just trying to fight me, which is fine.
Yes, trying to
I have
fight
no-
you.
Yeah.
And I have not read Chantel's book yet, but it is on my TBR, and I am an
biased,
actual reader of
because
middle
there's-
grade, unlike
Yeah.
a lot of booktubes.
They gravitate towards like young adult fantasy, which is something that I've noticed a lot.
Yeah.
Middle grade fantasy is even, because I was talking about this, not to interrupt you, Adri, although
No,
I
you're
don't really
good.
care.
No.
Microaggression. Microaggression.
Microaggression. No one cares. So I have noticed, and I don't know if you've seen this, Chantel, as well, that middle grade fantasy tends to be a little bit more sidelined in terms of interest and coverage, which is unfair in a lot of ways.
Mhm.
But you guys work harder, I feel, than young adult fantasy writers, personally,
Drag
because
yourself.
you have, and what else is new? But I feel like you just have a harder job because that's a very difficult age group to engage with and
Yes.
keep interested. I don't know how I would do. I mean, I did it kind of, but like in comic book form, which is a little bit more lenient. But like an entire prose novel, to me, feels like such hard work. And it honestly just bothers me so much that middle grade fantasy isn't as respected.
Aw, that's sweet of you. I feel like middle in general, like I think YA sort of takes a lot of that shine. You know what I mean for in kids lit, because I think it has more readers in general, right? Like the age range is sure it's like teenagers, but it's like through adults, right? And so it's a really broad age range. Even more than like I'm used to writing literary adult fiction too, right? Like
Yeah.
YA takes a lot of shine.
But we won't talk about that part of your life. We will not bring up traumatizing things.
But I think it's fine too, right? I think it's just it's also like the nature of again the readership, and
Right.
I don't get hurt feelings about it.
Well,
Yeah.
Jaws did the middle grade panel for the Social Distance Book Fest.
Yes.
I did. That was
One of
really
my favorites.
Yeah.
It was one of my
That was-
favorites too.
I still have screenshots of Joss like taking a drink like out of a big glass of water that I'll send to her sometimes.
Same.
Yeah, out of my Read Latinx cup.
Yes.
Yes. Shout out PayPal.
I don't know what you mean.
Yes.
Hey,
Not
yeah.
sponsored.
Not sponsored by me, myself,
Not
my
an
mom. My mom. I don't know who sponsors this. I don't know.
It's a mystery.
Let me
Love
I
it.
love it.
We got that ring light action.
Yes.
kinda.
Well, I could see I saw the ring.
The ring.
We know the
Busted,
secrets.
I guess.
Yeah.
What about you, Jaws?
I haven't read Me Squad either. I'm so sorry. Also, I'm also a middle grade reader, and I just haven't gotten to that one yet.
Gotten to it.
I did read Blaze Wrath Games shortly after, I think, the Latinx Book Club live stream that we had, where everyone was talking about it, and I was like, oh my god, okay, gotta read it. I think I picked it up like that night. It was super exciting. I'm really excited to see where the second one goes. Also because like something that Adri and I share in common too is like loving magical sports and just like sports like fantasies and like the competition element is just so much fun. So like I'm really feeling it. I'm excited
Yes.
to see what's going to happen in the second one.
I predict more people will die.
Wow. Okay, so shout out to
Adriana
Adriana.
as well.
Yes, absolutely. Do you really think someone else is gonna D-word? Really? In a book I
If
wrote?
not everyone. I mean, it's the end of the duology, right? So what's stopping you?
Nothing stops me.
I in the squad too, like just killed all the kids.
Kill
Yes,
everyone.
exactly. And
New
also,
marketing campaign.
New
Guess who
marketing.
died?
No.
everyone
Yes,
is
that.
going to perish. No
No.
more characters needed. Thank you very much.
Children gone.
I mean, just go the way of Mortal Kombat. Like they can fight in Outworld.
What a beautiful movie.
That
Did you
was
see it yesterday?
Of
Or
course.
it came out on Friday?
a perfect movie.
It was so good.
It literally
so
was. Chanta, do you like Mortal Kombat?
Listen, my husband and I, as teenagers, we'd have to, we've been together since we were children, bonded over Mortal. I could play Melina like nobody's business. Forward
Flawless
down.
victory.
Does that where she goes through the ground.
Oh my god.
So I'm
It it renewed my faith in humanity as I was
Right.
watching it. The more muscles, Amparo does like to make us feel pain. Yes, I guess. But Mortal Kombat, people, everyone should see it
Mhm.
right now.
I like almost peed when the "Get Over Here" line came in. I was just like, "It's happening!"
I won't tell you what I did, but yeah, I was excited. I was really excited.
Yeah. Do you want to
like
leave that to our imaginations?
I'm gonna not speak.
Yeah, I was waiting for someone to yell fatality, but I don't think it ever came.
No, they did.
but
They
it-
did.
Yeah, they did.
Did they?
Yes,
Okay.
it was
Yeah.
Liu Kang said it. He said fatality.
Yeah.
And when I'm not actually going to say more than that. Liu Kang says it.
Well, doesn't
Yes.
doesn't he say what is it? Flawless victory.
No, that's
that was
Kung
the
Lao.
other. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
and actually, it was really funny. I kept saying, "Why are you saying
Listen.
it like in the video game? It's so bizarre." But yes,
I
it was
loved it.
interesting.
I love that they said it like the video game.
It's like flawless victory. I'm like, well, now the next time, Chantel, when we launch our books, midnight, that's what we're saying. The end. And no one can stop us.
Absolutely.
Adri, did you watch it?
No, I have not watched it, so I can't.
I have
They're
not
just vibing
seen
with
it
our
either.
with
Just
our
vibing.
excitement.
I love when
It's on
people start
HBO.
talking about things I have no idea. I'm like, oh,
Well,
cool,
I mean, I
totally.
think that you would
fatality.
appreciate
You would enjoy it, maybe,
Yeah.
if you like that sort of like fighting type of like movies.
Yeah,
or-
no, like I'm familiar with Mortal Kombat mostly by like osmosis and just like growing up in the 90s
Yeah.
and stuff. So, I just haven't seen it yet. That's all. Not for lack of desire.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
Paula
okay.
would particularly enjoy it because there's a lot of shirtlessness involved, or like
Ooh.
sleeveless. There's
Is it live
sleeveless
action?
representation. There are sleeveless people in this.
Representation.
The new
Yes.
movie's live action, yeah.
It's live
Okay.
action, yes.
Oh, I might watch it just for the bodies.
Interesting.
Great.
I mean, that's also good. Who cares about plot? Who
Yeah.
cares about plot? Like
It's
it's
for
not
real.
like it's not like it's an amazing plot.
I enjoyed it for the
I-
plot.
It felt like just watching a video game. It had as much
Yeah.
plot as any of the video games have had, which is to
Oh.
say it
That's
was
right.
completely ridiculous and cheesy, but the plot is there. There's like a full
Oh.
lore.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Mortal Kombat except
Ah,
Stan
it's
is
valid,
in it,
valid.
and that's got my interest peaked. Okay.
It's the movie is in the same category for me as Pacific Rim, which is the same Venn diagram, which is which Pacific Rim is in.
Which is.
Uh, people fighting,
Don't insult Pacific Rim, please.
people fighting,
Right.
Right.
and it looking good,
Oh.
and it also being about like found family.
Okay,
Yes.
that's valid. That's valid.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. That's cool.
Also,
'cause
there's, like, I guess evil portal villains, but
True, true, true.
Oh. Because I no, I did not read. What did I do? I watched the first episode of Shadow and Bone,
Right.
and I am mesmerized. I don't care about Shadow and Bone. Sorry, not whatever. No offense to Shadow and Bone fans, but I don't really care about it. But since everyone was talking about it, I wanted to see it, and oh my god, everyone is so attractive. I don't understand. I don't
TV
understand
land
how.
for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I remember texting a friend of mine because I had to Google how old the actor of Maul. I had to
Oh,
Google
yeah.
how old he is. I was like, wait.
Well, I didn't know if it's okay for you to crush on him.
I was like, excuse me. I need to clarify something here. And then after I clarified, I was like, oh my God, he's so hot.
He's like over.
How old is he?
He's 23.
Okay.
24.
That's older than I would have guessed. Well,
Yeah.
not really.
I'm still way too old, but I'm
Oh
okay
my
with it.
god, no. Everyone is hot in that show. Oh, yeah, yes, they are. They are. I mean,
I did see, Chantel, you posted something about Shadow and Bone the other day.
I
Are
started
you reading the books now?
reading it. Like I'm still in the first one.
Okay.
I'm a little bit like, are y'all gonna spoil something? Yeah, right?
No one
I
is
would
spoiling
never.
anything
Mhm.
on my watch.
It's very interesting. I mean, I'm not done yet with the first one. So right now she's just like hanging out in this like city wearing pretty dresses. Like right now that's all that's
That's like book one. Sorry
That's-
to like
yeah, that's
break it to
most
you.
of
That's
book
like
one.
literally nothing else
That's what
really is gonna happen till the end.
So I'm
Yes.
we'll see what happens after that. Maybe that boy comes from like her childhood comes back. You guys are talking about him, so I'm assuming he's a big deal.
We don't know. We
You
were
don't-
just troubleshooting. I'm kidding.
Amparo certainly doesn't know.
But it was a situation. I understand Paola completely because I literally did not know who anyone was prior to this property except Ben Barnes. Everyone else, I was like, I do not know that they were alive.
Yes.
So when I saw Mal, your typical YA fantasy, so we're doing it all wrong. Okay, sorry, Melanie.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I saw him and I was like, no, I need to Google this man. So yeah.
That's fair. I just watched it personally to avoid spoilers because I know it's going to be like a big thing in
Mm.
the bookish sphere. So I was like, I'm going to hear about it anyways. I might as well just like watch it myself.
Yeah. Although
Get ahead
I
of the
will
curve.
say, speaking of like dreams and goals and such, I don't know if Chantel, for example, if Muse Squad gets adapted, would you do a cameo?
Oh, yeah.
Please.
That's a good question.
That's it needs to happen.
Wow.
Literally every YA or like book adaptation has its book, like its author in it. And I
Yeah, like-
really enjoy doing the spot the writer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But they sometimes make it
Stan
obvious.
Lee used to love that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
That was his
every
whole thing.
That was his entire career.
He built his schedule around it, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, exactly.
A Stan Lee kind of thing. Like you have to have a humbling person who just has no idea. Everyone's like fighting. Like Thanos is here, and Stan Lee shows up. Like, where's my cab?
Yeah.
Not like that
Yes.
cameo. Like just
Exactly.
out of the universe, and then I leave. And like,
Yes. But I feel like in with To All the Boys, like the Jenny
Oh,
Han
yeah.
cameos were really subtle. Like you
Yes.
know her because you read books or you read her books and you know about her. So
Mhm.
you know who she is when you see her. But if someone is watching this and seeing it for the first time, and they don't read necessarily, they're just gonna be like, oh, that's just some person, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like taking the spotlight away from the characters or the scene.
Yeah, exactly.
I will pull the rights back and sue them. Well, that's a
Is
choice.
that possible?
I don't know if
No.
you can do that.
Do authors
but
have that kind of power?
No, absolutely not. But I feel like if I do get like this happens to me. I can't English today. I would like a cameo, and I actually know what kind of cameo I would want.
Say it.
Oh.
I'm like knocking
Manifest
on.
it.
Yeah, no, yes, manifesting.
Yeah,
I would like
manifest
knock
it.
on the door of the team's green room and like fetch them so that they go out on the field to play.
I was gonna say you should be like a personnel at the stadium.
Right, a staff
You should-
member.
You
I'm
should give us
staff.
a line reading right now. A line reading. Of,
No,
Like, hi, they need you on the
Yeah.
field.
yeah.
No. Can you
I'm gonna-
imagine that? My past,
hand
my
on the-
theater days. Oh my gosh,
Exactly. They need
so
you.
sad. We
Yeah.
need you, beautiful people.
I'm wondering if Adriana is actually looking for a line.
Yeah.
Oh my
You
goodness,
would be correct.
that is so sad. Don't do that to yourself.
So,
That would be
I'll look for
epic.
it later. I'll send Amparo a line and be like, you should post this on Twitter or TikTok
Totally
or
do
something
it.
for
That's
your
the one. My audition.
yeah, this is my audition for Blaze Bath Game.
Hi, this is Amparo Ortiz. This is my audition for
Oh,
staff member number
Ooh.
5.
Some of yes,
I would like
absolutely.
to love that.
Nope,
That could be fun.
it could
It's a-
be
Yeah. I mean,
or traumatizing. Who knows?
it could be like your only role ever, and you would still get, like, if it's a massive hit, you would still be getting royalties 10 years later. So that would be fun.
Yeah. And I feel like I think
mean-
it's just like one appearance in a film or a television show and you get your SAG card.
Ooh, yes, that's true. And your own IMDb page.
Yeah. And it just says one thing for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That would
goodbye,
be so
Hollywood.
cool, though.
Hollywood does not deserve me.
It's true.
It really does not.
Wait, that came out wrong. No one deserves to see me in a movie. That's what I meant to say.
Oh.
That's not what you meant to say.
No, it is.
Exactly. I'm looking for Adri's comment on the. Yeah, here it is.
Oh, hello, Zoraida. Zoraida's here, everyone. Hi. Why am I shrieking? I'm so sorry. Amparo is a zero self. No, that
This
does
is
not
a
compute.
zero, yes. Error.
But Chantel would be great at it though, because I feel like it would just be more natural to you to be like in front of the camera, like, "Hi, this is my book."
Yeah. Like, I would throw in the scene. I would just be like,
Imagine, like, how would your children react to this? Like, would they be psyched about it, or like? Because I know my family would just be really psyched, but also kind of embarrassed. So I'm not sure.
yeah, I think that's the coolest thing.
Yeah.
You know, I think they would think that would be something cool they could tell their friends.
Yeah, it's like, look at my mom.
I would
Yeah.
so tell my friends if my mom was an author. Like I'd be like, "Hello, my mom is a genius."
What does your mom do for a living? Keep talking yourself down. It's fine. I'm better at fighting than anyone here. So
That's what you think.
Like, do you know that?
I don't.
That's an assumption.
that's quite an assumption.
Exactly. So, what are some Latinx fantasy books that you would like to see adapted to the screen, either
Ooh, that's a
show
great
or
question.
movie?
Well, Soraya is here,
you
so
get it
I
out
don't
of
mean
your
to
system,
make
say
it
it.
weird for them, for
I was
everyone
gonna hold
here.
on. No, go on, Amparo.
Yeah, anything by Soraya Cordova is my personal preference, and also everything that Chantel ever writes, because I have had the pleasure, I don't want to like keep rubbing it in, but I have read their first young adult short story in horror. So y'all aren't ready.
Aw, you're so sweet. It was so fun to write. It was. So,
I could tell.
yeah, I was like, let's see what else can I throw into. It's like everyone in the kitchen sink, isn't it? So. yeah, I would love to see Amparo's work on the big screen. Oh my god, how amazing would that be? It'll
That'd be weird. I would like to see this panel recreated for television
As a TV series.
as a
my
TV
God.
series.
Aw, thank you.
Who would play you in the TV version of this?
What? I don't know.
I'm voting for.
Hello.
I don't know.
I'm voting for myself. Let's see, Carol G. I would like Carol G to be me.
Oh my god. No.
Absolutely not.
We look
Unacceptable.
exactly the same.
All right.
I'm
Okay.
leaving.
Yeah, it's been fun. Bye.
I feel so accomplished. Thank you.
In terms of a YA fantasy that I'm still obviously Soraida's books, obviously Amparo's books, obviously Chantel's books, Shadow Shaper.
Yes, I was just gonna
Oh.
say the rest of the panel. I mean,
Shadow Shaper.
anything Anna Marie writes is like
Yes.
destined to be shared in all forms.
I want to see Lobizona.
I was gonna say Lobizona. Yes.
I'm looking at my shelves.
I know. I'm looking at my Goodreads shelf too.
I don't know, like in middle grade, I would love to see like Mercy Suarez. I think it was like optioned or something, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Mercy Suarez by Meg Medina. I know that's not fantasy, but like I want to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Nocturna.
Obviously,
Yes.
the Elizabeth Acevedo books.
Mm.
Yes.
I think she optioned
Yes.
just her first book.
The
The
Clash Where
Poetic.
You Land, no?
Oh no, Clap When You Land is what she optioned. Yes.
The Poet X is also option.
Really?
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 Because I do know that she's
Ooh.
writing the screenplay for Clap When You Land.
Mm-hmm.
So that's exciting.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Is it Mexican Gothic already been optioned
Yes.
or
For
announced or
yeah, 'cause
something?
I got
limited,
Hulu
like a mini
series.
series on
Yeah,
Amazon.
because like that would be
on
great.
Amazon?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I
Oh,
I'm
so is Got to
dying to
Change
see that.
Shadow, I think.
Yes.
Oh yes, I have
I'm
to read that
excited
one,
about.
but of course, everyone's been like mentioning that one a lot.
Same.
So
Thing.
good.
I know that Carmen Maria Machado is writing a pilot for Her Body and Other Parties.
I was literally about to just suggest that.
Oh.
Yeah.
The
Is it going to be like an
Adam Sandler
anthology?
It's gonna be an
That would
anthology
be so
series.
cool.
okay.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
like
For
each
for
episode
FX.
is just like a totally different
For
story.
FX as well.
Okay. So they could do like an American Horror Story thing where like the same actors play different characters in different stories. That'd be pretty dope. I mean, they adapted what's that? Oh my god, now I just forgot. Lovecraft Country.
Oh yeah.
Which was an anthology of horror stories as
Oh.
well. So it can be done. It can be done.
It can be
Yeah.
done.
I actually did read that first script, the pilot script for that show. It felt like I was going on this journey. It didn't feel like I was just reading a script or like any sort of fictional work. I literally felt like I was in there and I was like, this is a lot to handle.
No, this is bad.
Ooh.
This is a lot.
It was a lot to handle. And then like looking at or seeing it on screen was also a lot to handle, but in a great way.
Yes.
Oh, cool. What about you, Joss?
What about me?
What about me?
That just transported me to the classroom. We're like,
Yeah, exactly.
so what do you think about this? And they're like, what about
I think
it?
I was like away for whatever the initial question
the
was.
question was like, what Latinx fantasy thing would you like to see adapted onto the screen?
I'm looking at my list. I mean, obviously every Sylvia Rita Garcia thing.
Yeah,
but Undead Girl Gang would be fun.
Oh my god, yes!
That'd be really
That
fun.
book was so fun. So fun.
I was
It
gonna
had
say
like
Love
a-
Sugar Magic would be cute too.
It'd be so cute.
It'd be so cute.
Yes.
I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Sudden Gabi. Obviously, Sudden Gabi.
Oh yeah.
Which also is
I thought
it's
Joss
going
was
to be
gonna
on
go
TV.
there. Yes,
Well,
that's right.
right.
But Silent Gabby did get optioned, if I'm not
Yeah, it
mistaken.
did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
But I
I'm
want to
really
see
excited.
it.
No, but I want to see it.
I want to see it now.
I would like to see it.
I was gonna say something and I forgot, but it was
Sorry.
because it was not. No, it was not fantasy. Oh, now I remember. History's All You Left Me by Adam Silvera because I love to cry. That book made me cry, so I could only expect that the movie would make me cry too. And
Ghost
More
Squad.
Happy Than Not is getting adapted.
I think
No, it's
I
not
think
More
it's
Happy.
They Both Die at the End. And
one of them.
Adam is like
One of
hinting
them,
that something else
exactly.
has been,
Exactly,
something
one of
else is
I
cooking.
know, I know that they started to cast what if it's us
Oh yes.
Yes.
That is
for
getting turned
HBO. I
into a
think it
movie
was
too, or
HBO
a
Max.
show. I don't know.
for
That's
HBO.
cool.
Yeah, I think I don't remember, but I think I saw something akin to that.
That's so
Ghost
cool.
Squad would be great too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
yeah,
movie.
that
That one is Brenda Chapman, if I'm not mistaken, is directing. Yes, I'm really excited about that one.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
just adapt all of it. Let's just adapt everything.
Let's just
all of
adapt
them.
everything.
I'm a billionaire producer. Don't you know that? I can produce.
All the Latinx titles ever, please.
I mean, I would take a high school production, really, honestly. Like any of it would thrill me. You know what I
That
mean?
would
Yeah.
that's actually really clever. Like,
Yes.
that would be really fun.
Yeah.
Can I direct it?
Stage play.
Wait to see like someone draw a picture. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
earlier about like what are some benchmarks or things that you wish? Like just I would love to see fan art. Like I've never seen fan art
Mhm.
of music.
Oh.
Get on it, people.
So like
Get
do
it's
it.
on it.
really big, but like
World Beauty would make a good movie. I agree. But also Miss Meteor. I haven't been able to stop thinking about it. And the more I think about it, the more I think it would really, really work as a movie.
Mhm.
I
Yes.
love
You know
that
what
book.
else would work as a great movie? That Adri is going to surely agree with me.
Yes.
1,500 Miles from the Sun by
Yes.
Chantel Acevedo.
Yes.
Not
That one
fantasy.
played out like a TV series in my mind. Like it has like the best like sort of nostalgic high school feeling to it, and it's such a like slow paced story that really takes you through the seasons of this person's senior year, and it's like, oh, it would be great. It would be fantastic.
Ooh.
It's so beautiful.
Oh, also
You
fetches
know, it'd be
Charlie Vega.
What were you gonna
Sorry?
say, Joss?
Fever Dream, Samantha Schweblin would be such a good movie.
Oh yes.
Oh, Soraya just said Don't Date Rosa Santos. Absolutely agree.
Obviously.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Hard agree. Give me all the romance.
It would be
All
so
the swoony
cute.
romance.
Joss would die too.
Just like the color palette of it all too would be
yes.
amazing.
Yes. I feel like I've been failing the young adult audience because in my first novel, no romance. I'm like, oh no, I'm sorry. Were you
That's
expecting a
a
love
selling point. Sorry. That's a plus.
Oh, I'm so desperate to Reclaim the Stars.
Oh,
Like,
there's
wow.
a sexy tree.
Sexy tree.
Yes.
What is a sexy tree?
Not to say that I've read it, but I've read it. It's good.
Is this Nina's monster boyfriend story?
Oh. Is it?
I'm into it. I'm into it.
Could be.
The
Yeah.
monster's a tree.
I need to. If someone called me a sexy tree, I would marry them. I'm sorry. It's just on site.
Okay.
It is a hunky tree, I guess.
Oh no.
Okay.
A hunky tree.
Is the tree a character or something sexy happens at the tree?
Yeah, like is the tree sentient?
The tree itself is sexy.
Oh Lord. This is it.
No,
This
no,
is it for me.
Okay.
That's the
sounds-
tree I need.
So, okay, Amparo,
Look at Chantel's
come on.
face.
Like the trees from the Lord of the Rings, they're like,
Right. Oh, I forgot their names. What are they called? The ants. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't spoil it because it's so good, and you need to like read it to experience exactly why we're saying that the tree is sexy. But
Trees are sexy. That's all I
It's good.
needed to know. Honestly.
yeah,
I mean, yeah. Oh,
I'm thinking of Prince and the Giving Tree, which was not sexy at all. That was
correct.
No.
Correct.
I don't think Nina would be mad if I spoiled that. There are oranges involved in this story, which if you read Don't Date Rosa Santos, you know that oranges are also in the book.
True.
Involved in the romantic aspect of
True.
Are they sexy too?
Yeah, I
No,
know. Is
the
it a
orange
sexy
itself
orange
isn't,
tree?
no.
Okay. Well, I
okay.
feel like
There
I'm
is-
behind now.
There's a romantic notion to do with like oranges, I guess.
That's
Oh,
good.
Good to know.
Interesting.
I'm thinking about it.
I mean, people have asked me if there are sexy dragons, and I'm like, if you want
heard
there
that
to be
question.
sexy dragons, there are.
There's a whole world of dragons out there.
Don't limit
We don't know
yourself.
what they're
Yeah.
doing.
Right?
I mean, for all you know, I wanted to do like a video series of reading like dragon shifter romance books for in honor of Blaze Earth Games and take it to like
exist,
Oh,
yeah.
I would watch that every day of my life, and I'm not even joking.
She's really
yeah.
I'm not.
I would love to be able to read again because it's been rough trying to get to
I would
focus on
like to
books.
just do what makes me happy again. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Relatable.
Okay, let's not talk about adulthood because that's just no. But back to like adaptations, I would like legitimately D-word if we had a teen rom-com with Latinx main characters. Like that would be the whole thing. Oh my!
I mean, 1,500
Sorry
miles
about
from
my
the
dogs.
sun. Just throwing
Yes,
that out there.
super
That's a teen
romantic.
Latinx rom-com.
Super
And
romantic.
Cemetery Boys technically is a
Super
paranormal
romantic,
rom-com.
yeah.
That's all I'm
I mean,
saying.
And
yeah.
also, spoiler, I'm going to spoil it. Chantel's story in this anthology is very romantic as well.
Ooh.
It's a retelling of something. I'm going to let her reveal that whenever she feels comfortable, but it's very romantic. And I feel like it's actually, if I'm thinking about it, it is the only story that is centered around a romance.
Ooh.
Like everything else is just friendship, or there are relationships, but the boyfriend is shady. But yeah, yours is
Every
the only one that has like a,
relationship.
it's like everyone just wrote my experience. But yeah, I'm like, is this person a monster? Should I kill them? So yeah.
Yeah, let's see the baby.
All right.
Daddy's demanding to see the baby.
Okay, let me go for the baby.
Let me
Okay,
Let me see the
give
baby.
me a minute.
I've banished all of my
Oh no, she left.
cats from the room.
You banished
It's
what?
our live show
you're-
now.
All the cats. Yeah.
Oh yeah, my 3 dogs are like
Go for the dog.
somewhere else. They're kind. They're being kind today.
Yeah, mine are outside, so you don't get to see them.
Oh,
And no, yeah.
what?
What were you gonna say?
Oh, me?
Oh, I said I don't have any.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But Adri's pets are like so cute.
Thank you.
Like so cute.
Yeah.
I
I had
try
nothing to do
not
with
to
it.
praise Adri for any reason, but yeah, the pets are great.
I was just gonna say I had nothing to do with that. So just
Well,
luck.
you
Yes.
feed them, you take care of them, so yes.
Yeah, they're fun. They're a fun time. They sleep more than I do.
Oh well, that's to be expected.
Yeah, but it makes me mad because I need sleep. It's like, what do they need sleep for? You know?
Are you all sleeping? Are you all doing well?
Ish.
Ish.
How are you guys doing? You guys go first.
Because I feel like Chantel, her book is coming out soon, and I don't know if things are like speeding up in terms of promo, or do you feel like it's still a comfortable pace?
I'm pretending it's not happening.
Valid.
All right.
I love doing that.
End of the semester for me. So like I'm like right now just
Right.
crossing the line. And then write the book, which
Yeah.
my editor's not watching this because I've been like this other thing done first. Yeah. I don't know.
It's gonna get like, do you have that crash that people talk about in terms of after the book is out, then you feel like, oh my gosh, everything is depleted in my, like every single cell in my body is done.
Yeah, but it happens to me like months after. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
On for like months. And so with You Scott, it came out in July, but I think it was really in this January where I was like
Ugh.
about the new squad. You know what I mean? Like at that point where you're just like,
Yeah. Like, why do I have to do this all over again?
yeah, but like I go hard for like a really long time and then I'm just like, okay, now I'm done. So, but I know people talk about just immediately afterwards or even like the next day, like after their their book birthday, feeling like, like it's all like, whoo, I've worked so hard, and I understand that too, but it takes me a long time to be like, to feel like that.
And I think that's something that everyone like has in common because we create for ourselves mostly, but also when we are like on deadline or we have something to hand in or anyone is expecting our work the day of release, as I say, like you launch it into the ether. Is that how you say ether?
Ether, yeah.
And then you're like, oh my God, I'm done. But you collapse.
You know what I mean? That's when all the events start really happening and people start, oh, I read your book. Can you talk to my students or blog? That's when everything gets going. So it's better to, I think, preserve your energy for that year.
Yeah.
So many people just burn out in the months before the book actually gets here. And the book gets here and they're like, I'm toast, I'm done.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you're just getting started, baby. And now,
Now it gets exciting.
Now is when the real work starts. Who
Now
said
it's
that?
out
There's
in the-
someone who's like I'm quoting someone, but I don't remember who it is. What does Tony Stark say at the end of the Hulk movie to Edward Norton? He says something like, I'm gathering a team, whatever, something like of that sort. It's like you feel like you're about to embark on a journey, even though you've just ended a journey. It's like the same moment all over again.
Wow, what a cut.
I was like, where is she going with this?
I was like, wrong audience. I cannot help you.
I'm
I was
fine.
thinking the same thing. I was like, okay, that's so cool that you watch the Tony Stark.
Oh,
and the
yes,
Hulk.
he says we have work to do. That's what he
Okay.
said. I'm like, but you literally tell the man who has spent an hour and a half saving the world. You said we have work to do,
What
and I'm
to
like,
do?
he is exhausted. He probably hates parts of himself and his entire life. But okay, yes, we still have work to do.
We still have work to do.
That's Sam Jackson at the end of every Marvel movie, right?
Really?
Yes.
Like,
It's like, let's keep
I'm here
going.
let's go. Yeah.
Yes.
Every
It's
movie.
just a lot. They expect a lot from us. Like, it doesn't matter where you're or what you do in this industry. People expect a lot, and sometimes they don't give you a lot. But yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
And if any of you watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier, when
Yes.
Sam goes to the bank and we find out it doesn't pay to be an Avenger,
Yeah.
Republican, right? Like, like do all the things. We're not gonna, pay
At
you
all.
to do
I
it.
love that you've just equated our jobs to saving the world. I love it.
But we are.
I mean,
We are saving the world.
know.
We are just as important. Yes.
I agree.
But we
You're
don't
more
get cool
important
wings,
than
though. He gets cool wings.
Avengers.
I'm sorry, what?
You're more important than the Avengers.
Oh,
I don't care
that's
about the
sweet.
Avengers, so
I agree.
that track.
Actually real, right? So,
You should respect them more. I'm kidding.
I'm always on my private going like, not to be a pick me, but can everybody stop it? I don't care.
The Avengers are no one.
I mean,
No, I'm like
for
that,
all I
Paula. I
know.
don't really care about Marvel
Yeah.
or superhero
God.
stories in general. Actually, not a big fan.
Yeah, no.
This is
That's
awesome.
so
I'm
valid. It's
completely
so valid,
outnumbered.
and
Oh,
Gabby,
that's very true.
yeah,
And so are you, Gabby?
Aw. I mean, yeah, we're all heroes in our own way.
I think we're all heroes.
I think we're all here.
I think
all
we're
heroes.
all heroes. The cool Victoria Justice.
We're all the main
Exactly.
character
I think we're all the main characters.
in our own lives.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, we truly are though. But no, yeah, whenever the timeline gets a little
Hectic.
it gets hectic with the Marvel, and now it's getting the hectic
With
with
the
with the Shadow and the Bone, and I'm like, please.
It's so funny because in my head, sometimes I translate titles to Spanish just because that's how my brain works. And when you translate Shadow and Bone to Spanish, it just does not sound as
La sombra
cool.
y el hueso.
Yeah, it's just sombra y hueso.
Well,
And it's
that's
just like,
sorry.
it's just, it doesn't have that weight, right? I
No,
don't
it
know.
doesn't sound as scary. I don't think.
Sombra y
To
hueso.
be fair, it barely means anything in English, so
Shadow
I
and
mean,
Bone.
yeah.
Shadow and Bone.
Yeah.
But I think that people, okay, I'm reading the comments.
That was about
Oh,
the
it's
dog.
because of the dog.
Oh, the dog. Yes, your dog is amazing.
I love her so much. She's a little baby, little noisy baby.
We need more animals in our fiction, more pets.
Yeah, yes.
True.
I think
Please.
our readers would appreciate it, and our viewers would appreciate it if more pets are involved.
It's true.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah.
And that's something you can learn from Shadow and Bone, actually. More animals.
they're new in. Well, yes, but no one has a pet.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Oh, there's pretty
Oh,
important animals in
yes,
there.
there's one.
I
It doesn't
remember.
count as a pet. 'Cause it's just like
Has a
a
name.
sidekick.
It
Yeah.
has a name.
Yeah, it has a name, therefore it matters.
Exactly. Have you seen Shadow and Bone, Joss?
No, I'm probably not gonna. I muted all those words at the beginning of the month. I don't really want to
Oh.
see it. I'm not interested.
Okay.
Shadow and
I-
Bone.
I know, I'm like, it's so interested to see what gets caught in that like filter that's not related to the show.
That's interesting because I've never done that. I've never muted words on social media.
Mhm.
Maybe I
Maybe
should.
sometime.
Oh,
Yeah.
I muted
Yeah.
the Game of Thrones ones
Yeah.
when Game
Oh.
of Thrones was ending.
Oh my
And now
god.
every
Yes.
time a tweet has got the word God,
Yeah.
it's like it contains a word you muted, and I was like, okay, what is it? And it's just the word God. 'Cause it was
Oh.
just too much.
Who would you mute from your book, Chantel? Like, if they had a Twitter account, who would you mute? Yes. I would obviously mute my main character.
You would mute Lana.
I would mute Lana. I'm like, I don't want to deal with your drama now.
Wow.
Don't tell her I said that.
I would mute the music comedy, Talia.
Oh.
It's funny for a while. But that friend of yours was like, okay, yeah.
Shots fired.
Okay. It's funny for a while. You know, like she's like that in real life. I imagine she would be like intolerable.
A lot. Yes, overwhelming.
Yeah.
I've been told I am that friend. Which is fine. Mute me.
That's fine.
We all get muted. I think we all get muted sometimes.
Probably.
So.
I mean,
I'm sure.
I've never muted anyone in the panel. So,
That we know of.
That we know of.
I mean, which main character would you mute?
Tao. Adri
From
knows.
anything?
From any property?
Oof.
Okay, so I
Yeah,
would definitely.
Oh, yes. Wait, actually, yes. What Jocelyn said, yes. Tao. Yes. Yes.
Tao.
Yes. He'll be mute. He'll be blocked. He'll be reported.
We do not like Todd in this house.
Tao. T-A-U. I
Oh,
think
you
that's
know
how
who?
you spell
This
it.
is way like old, but Rose from Vampire Academy. Oh my god.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, Rose.
Oh, yeah. I report like
Every
everyone
time-
from Twilight.
Well, I would also I would definitely report Dimitri for moving in on Rose.
Oh my God, yes.
while she's in school.
I mean,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
an adult.
He's an adult.
He didn't
Yeah.
Google like me. He had to Google and he didn't.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. And
Such a
everyone,
problem.
I see it now, like the nostalgic tweets, and everyone's like, "Oh, but it's okay because he's a coach," and I'm like, "Ew, he's 20 something, and
No.
she's like 16. That's what is wrong with you people? No,
Yeah.
no.
Adrian's my dude, though. Adrian and Sydney. I read through
Oh.
Vampire Academy to get
I
to
haven't
Bloodline.
finished
Oh,
that
yeah.
series yet. I think I've read the first 2 books of Sydney's arc. Yeah.
Arc. Oh,
Yeah, I never got into this fandom, so you're triggering like my fight or flight from like 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
I was just like,
don't,
goodbye.
I don't recommend it, but I did have fun.
yeah, exactly. I don't recommend it either. But yeah, Rose so far has been the most annoying main character I've read. I also
Really?
love, yeah. Like, yeah, to this day, I haven't read anyone more like annoying and just like she's just so, how do I say this? Like she pities herself a lot, and I'm like, girl, you're a bad person. Like, you're a bad friend. You're a bad person. Stop it. I hate you. Like, no, I don't like her at all. And
Well,
I
then
mean,
I know what I'm going to do for my
Peter
next book.
Kavinsky.
Oh, Peter Kavinsky. Peter
I love
Kavinsky.
Peter
Oh,
Kavinsky.
Peter Kavinsky. Okay.
I love him with my whole heart. He's like my child. I will protect him, but he does get annoying, so I would mute him too.
Interesting. So Chantel and I are going to co-write a book that's just Rose and Peter Kavinsky doing their most
All the time.
All the time. So
How would
Paula
that even
can-
work, though?
That would work. That's
That would
what
be a
we
lot.
get paid to do. We get paid to write annoying people in ways that make you sympathize with them.
I mean, correct. Yes.
That's not true. That's
Correct.
actually not what we do. But
Yeah, I
okay.
don't think that's what you do.
That's why I stay away from literary fiction, man. I don't.
How dare you?
I mean,
It's an
just as Adriana-
oversimplification, but there's a lot. There's a lot of it,
There's a lot.
Yeah.
and I can't.
I mean, I literally only read things that bring me joy. So, for example, Las Musas, which is a collective that we're both a part of. obviously they're my friends, but I'm gonna just read the books that I want to read anyway. So if you're my friend, that means I'm gonna love your book. Even if I don't love it, I know that something about it is gonna be everything that I've ever wanted to read in a book. So I just read my friends' books, and if you're not my friend or I don't care about you, then I really have to care about the story, the premise, or something about it has to hook me in a way that makes me think, okay, this is worth my time.
Right.
So I read less books nowadays.
Friends.
I'm sorry? What did you say?
That's that.
Yeah. Oh, I think I froze. No, I just said no offense to anyone outside of your friend group.
Oh, it's a very small friend group.
Oh, I'm freezing. This is annoying.
Amparo's only read 2 books.
I've only read 2 books in 2021. And the third book I'm going to read is Muse Squad 2. I can't even speak.
2 Muse, 2 Squad.
2 Muse, 2 Squad. Yes, absolutely.
The alternate title.
Do you have any spin-off planned, like in your brain? Do you have any sort of more stories you would like to explore there? Because I personally do have more stories.
Yeah.
But
I haven't allowed myself. I haven't really allowed myself it, because I knew it was a duology. And so I was
from
like,
the get-go, okay.
Yeah, like it's gonna be these 2, and so I'll tell that story.
That's amazing, because in my head I was like, well, if I can write 10 books, I'll write 10 books. But that's not viable. I'm told it's not viable.
I'm sorry. Do you know Lee Verdugo, who has 10 spin-offs?
Right.
Want to talk to Sandra Clare?
Yes.
Right, but am I those people? No.
I would also
Don't be
mute
those
all of
people.
those characters.
Oh, come on now.
All of
I
the
feel like
Sandra Clare characters. I would mute them all.
you would mute the Sandra Clare's characters. I would not mute them all.
Yep.
But I feel like in terms of our careers, we do have these dreams that, wow, imagine if we could have so many, books in one single series.
Exactly.
Even if it's not Muse Squad right now, or if it's not Blaze Wrath Games, it's like one day maybe I would like to write more than 2 books and set in the same worlds.
I would love to read that.
I feel like creators are fall in 1 or 2 categories, right? Like you're either a George Lucas, which is like I've created this world and I'm gonna just
live in it.
Live in it.
Oh my God, James Cameron, who was like,
oh no, don't be James Cameron.
But I mean, if you think about the variety of things,
he is very imaginative.
But we don't want more avatars.
We're never gonna get another Avatar. Let's just get that straight. It's never coming.
Stories that were huge hits and that really resonated with people. Like he's got such a variety of stuff that he's done.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's either you're drawn to what's the next news story, or you're like, I love my world. I shall submerge myself in it and be in it. And they're both cool. They're both cool, right? But they're
but I feel like you literally have a squad of characters, so you can just follow people. Yeah, I think of, for example, Ghost Squad as well, of Claribel Ortega. You have a lot of mini stories within the actual work, so you can just veer off, and you're not doing a huge detour that feels like you're doing it just to make a quick buck. It feels natural and organic.
Well,
because you can tell
with all of your Blaze Wrath Games teams.
Oh, yeah, but I feel like I'm not qualified to do that. I feel
my God.
I'm not gonna just. For example, someone was like, "Oh," because one of my characters is Samira, who is Lana's best friend. She's African American, and people are like, "Are you gonna write a book about Samira?" And I'm like, I would love to tell someone at my publisher to hire a Black author and actually follow her journey with maybe some ideas from my head. But I personally don't feel like that's my story to tell, even though it's an interesting character to me. She's in my brain, but I don't feel like that's something
it would
that
be
I should.
an IP thing, like Amparo Ortiz presents. I would love to read that.
She just freeze on that face.
Yeah. I think that's
face to freeze.
That's Amparo's mood.
That's such a brand.
I mean, I hope someone just screenshot this right now.
Yeah.
Correct.
There
Yeah.
it is.
It's like Team Japan. I'm like,
Oh,
Okay.
you're back.
All I heard was I've
Like
seen
that.
Japan.
Yeah.
I don't know where that was going.
Oh, that's fine.
This is fine.
It's totally fine.
Yeah.
Hydrate.
But yeah, I would love to see more spin-offs and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. You do deserve an IP, Amparo.
Hmm.
She'll see it when she
Yeah.
sees it.
Correct. Yeah.
like, oh no,
Oh, wait,
everyone
Joss,
is
I know you're a
gone.
big fan of horror.
Mm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes,
Not. Is it Paula's turn? It's not me.
I froze.
I think you said Joss is a big fan of horror.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and I wanted to know which horror books you would like to see on screen, or you think they would make good movies.
Yeah, I mean, Mexican Gothic,
Mm.
obviously.
Yeah.
The Only Good Indians.
I was
also.
literally about to say The Only Good Indians. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
well, like, and everything Stephen Graham Jones does too. At this point, like, I'm just like, go ahead, man. Like, just
Everything.
send me on this journey. I'm here. But I would really love to see something of Victor Laval's adapted too. Like The Changeling, I think would be
Oh.
rad. I think it would be so good. I would really,
Yes.
really like that one.
Ooh.
That's
Cool.
that's up there for me. I'm trying to think if I've read anything else recently.
I know. I'm like forgetting every book I've ever read.
Oh, look at Adri is starstruck. They're starstruck. But yeah, no, I feel like I'm gonna mention this for the umpteenth time. Chantel's story in this anthology is incredible.
You're so sweet.
I love.
I'm
how
ready
much
for the
you're
anthology.
plugging
Be a part of it.
The anthology and
You should be
Chantel's
excited
story.
about every story except for mine.
Oh,
That's rude.
Ooh, Andrea, that's Cassandra Caw, right? That's the Cassandra Caw book coming out this summer, I think. I want to read that.
Mm.
The cover
Even
is
the cover is creepy.
I'm like, let me look at this up.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
okay.
Oh,
only
okay, I've
I think
seen
it's from
this.
Tor. I think it's from Tor.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
What's the scariest horror that you've all read? Like that's YA.
Yes, this is good
YA.
intel. This is good intel.
Rules for Vanishing by Kate Alice Marshall, I think, is a good horror book. It's
I've heard
mixed
of it.
media.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Mhm.
I've read Survive the Night by Danielle Vega. That's pretty scary.
Scary
I don't
when
read much horror.
Here's why. The scariest one I read, and I was so scared that I gave it away because I didn't want it in my house anymore. Was The Forest of Hands and Teeth. You guys remember? That?
Oh, yeah.
It was a zombie book, and like the people would travel like from town to town in these like fences, and the zombies would stick their hands in the
I
fences.
love that book. Yeah.
Whoa! I gave it away.
I'm forgetting the name now, but Amy Lukovic's, the first book that she published, Devils Unto Daughters, is that it? Maybe
Yeah,
I
yeah.
am. Yeah, no, that book, the ending, that final chapter, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I was just like, I can't sleep tonight.
I'm
all.
a scaredy cat, so I don't really read that much horror. But
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
reading Marika Nightcamp's Before I Let Go. It's like
Oh,
a
yes.
psychological
Yes, I love the book.
horror.
Mhm.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Ooh,
It's
that's
intense.
interesting. Yeah, no, I'm much more of a rom-com kind of person. Like horror is too much. Like it gets a lot out of me. And whenever I finish, like when I finished Get Out, I was like, oh my god.
Phenomenal
What
movie.
about a
I
horror
love Get Out.
comedy, Paula? What if you did a horror comedy?
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Those are fun.
I would love. Yeah, I mean, yes, it is a horror comedy, but still, it was a lot. It was
Oh no,
very
not
scary.
that. I wouldn't call Get Out a horror comedy. I would just
No,
Oh,
absolutely
because
not.
there were some like funny moments.
Maybe like Shaun of the Dead.
But
type
yes,
thing.
yes,
Right.
yes.
The best
Oh.
zombie movie. Well, not the best, but one of my favorites.
Great.
I love zombies. They're my favorite mythological creature because I just feel like they have a lot of range in terms of, are they
They have a
super
lot of
slow?
range.
Yeah. Are they super slow? Can I get away from them? Or are they really fast? Can I outrun them still? There's just a lot of variety within them. I think vampires and werewolves and witches, you have variety within them as well. But for some reason, zombies, you can't reason with a zombie.
That's
And that to
true.
me is very frightening.
Yeah.
You can't just manipulate them into thinking that you don't deserve to die.
They
That's
freak
true.
me out more than any other monster also. And I think it's also because they represent like the human endpoint too.
Yeah.
So it's, like it's horrifying and morbid. And like the slow ones are scarier to me than the fast ones.
Yes.
And that sound like in the dark, and like
Oh my god.
And I love the cruel aspect of it because what if you knew this person? They were your parent or your partner or your friend, your neighbor, someone that you were used to, and that person is gone now, but they look slightly similar to the person you loved.
Right.
But they don't love you anymore.
Yeah.
Oh.
Amparo's like my
That's
new
so
story.
Yay! Forget vampires. Zombie
Forget
time.
'em.
Yeah. Doppelgangers are
Yeah.
fun for that reason too.
Oh,
Like
That's true.
an evil doppelganger. Love that.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. My brain immediately went to the Vampire Diaries, which is a fun combination of the two.
Yeah.
Adriana is like, okay.
Cut.
I freaking love the Vampire Diaries. I haven't
Me
finished the show,
too.
but I love it. Oh, I still
Me
need to
neither.
watch Teen Wolf. Just
I was gonna say Adriana's favorite horror series is Teen Wolf.
I will watch it. I will watch it.
The slow ones that are scarier, you gotta watch Korean zombie movies.
Ooh,
Those are-
yes.
Oh my
Mm.
gosh, yes. There's an amazing Korean zombie historical fiction on Netflix called
Yeah.
Kingdom.
Yeah,
which
I
is
love it.
Incredible.
Right?
Oh
I
my
think
god. Yeah, the
second one was
zombies are
better.
like next level in that one.
But
It's
the
so
first
good.
season is better than the second one, but still
Yeah,
incredible
Oh.
show.
it's so good.
And I saw a movie the other day. It's also a historical Korean zombie. I'm sorry, not zombie, monster movie. It is literally called Monstrum.
Mm.
It is so good. Like
Ooh.
it's not
So we
super
have homework.
scary.
We have
It's creepy. Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Yeah,
really
watch
good.
Assigned watching.
Assigned watching.
Kingdom.
Assigned reading, Blaze Wrath Games, and New Squad.
Yes.
And then you can continue on to our sequels. Or just Chantel sequel.
Exactly. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. I had a blast. Thank you to Amparo, Chantel, Joce, and the Adris. I love you all so much with my whole heart, and I appreciate everything that you do. So yeah, I can't wait for your books, Amparo and Chantel. And yeah, let's say goodbye. That was so weird of me to say.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye,
Thank
Bye,
you,
everyone.
Paula.